Fourscore and almost 2 decades ago, YouTube was founded in early 2005 by a man named Jod Karim. He was a passionate artist and creator. He dropped his first video a month before the public release. Countless teens flocked to this site, posting funny videos from their bedrooms, challenges, and a ton of other shit. For the first time ever, it felt like anyone could have a voice. And with that came the birth of my dream. Well, less dream, more like intense hobby. Genuinely, when I first started, I don't think I ever thought it would get to this point. The content out there right now is kind of just terrible. I'm just gonna say it. I already did. It's terrible.
Bro, I'm a 2-time boxing world champion, bro. You wanna fight?
Me and you?
Yeah.
You're what? Like...
Officer, he's harassing me, bro.
Ass.
Who's Stretch? Why are you saying that?
Garbaje.
Tag you it. Stop, nigga! I don't wanna pay anymore!
I don't want to put the blame on content creators, even though it's partly their fault too. I think that as the bar continues to raise, it just becomes naturally more necessary to do over-the-top things for attention. But the fact that at some point doing this would make you a famous influencer is crazy. And when something happens to work, everyone does it. It's why we see 100 different YouTube channels with Mr. Beast thumbnails. It's why everybody's titles look the same. It's why every 3 scrolls on TikTok is a product placement. It's a great strategy on paper and to make money, but it's definitely soulless. I was an editor for multiple different channels, multiple different types of channels, and I fucking hated it. No one is trying to reinvent the wheel anymore. And I don't blame content creators for this because I know that the algorithm doesn't reward good content anyway, at least not over content that gets watched. It doesn't matter if you tell a 3-part story with a beginning, middle, end that captivates your audience, wins a Nobel Peace Prize, because at the end of the day, Pop the Balloon exists and they're 40 minutes long and you can drop like 3 of them a week. Real creators cannot compete with the business tycoon that YouTube has become. And now we have TikToks and shorts and reels, and now really anyone can be a content creator. I see nothing but degeneracy every time I open an app. OF models, pranksters, kick streamers, and can we talk about podcasts? The equipment needed to start a podcast needs to be less accessible. That's just my opinion. This is a podcast called Fresh and Fit, maybe you've heard of it. Its 2 hosts are Walter Weeks, also known as Fresh, an internet personality, singer, songwriter, artist, producer. I didn't know he made music. I read all of that off Google. I did, however, find he released a new song called Feelings, and apparently everyone liked it, so we're gonna give it a listen. Post-editor Kao speaking. I may have made a mistake. I was literally trying to find the song. I was Googling it. Feelings, Fresh Prince, CEO song. And nothing came up. I'm guessing he doesn't make music, which is, I guess, my bad. But is all of that self-proclaimed, or is it like, so is he not a music producer, singer? Why does it say he released a song called Feelings? Walter Weeks' single, Feelings, has caught both his fans and critics by surprise. All right, look, just to not incriminate myself, bro. Walter Weeks' single, Feelings, has caught both his fans and critics by surprise. That's his picture. This is him. I don't know if it's him lying. I don't know if it's me lying. I don't know if it's them lying. But I don't think he makes music. I don't think he's released any new song. I can't find it. If you can find a link, someone send it to me and I'll watch it for real. But the rest of this video, it don't even really matter. I don't talk about it. Like, I thought it would be a good idea to film it after the fact, but just get back to it. The other host, who I think is the more popular of the two, Myron Gaines, or Fit of the podcast. Now, he doesn't make music, but he did write a book, and it's called Why Women Deserve Less. Admittedly, I've read it, and I didn't know he was the author of the book when I read it, but now that I do, it's just that much more funny. It just makes sense when you see some of the stuff that he says on his podcast.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
That's irrelevant.
No. Can you cook though?
That's your job.
What's my job?
To make sandwiches.
Did he actually just say, my job is to make sandwiches?
These 2 guys, they have a huge podcast. It's aimed towards men's self-help. That's the goal, is to help men. They want to change like gender narratives and societal standards. So what they'll do is they'll invite women over, usually OF models, who want to like promote their stuff. And then they just go to town on them.
Feeling a little sick.
No, I could say the same after seeing your Instagram. But
And I get it, it's a debate. I'm all for a good argument. I can see the appeal in it. But not only is it very degenerate. Damn. It feels a little unfair. Fresh and Fit are not the best guys. They are not. But to some degree, they do have their shit together. Money, fame, cars, girls, everything, all the bells and whistles. I'm not saying that the women on their show don't, but I do think that they could use some better representation. Why is it only OF models that end up on this podcast? Why don't they invite like a doctor or a lawyer? Someone who has like the combative tools to fight off like what Fresh and Fit are saying. It just doesn't make sense to me that you host a debate podcast and like only invite people who don't know how to debate. And I could see if they're like only bashing like OnlyFans girls. Like if they're only like OnlyFans girls are bad. They're talking about everyone. Are you telling me that there's no one better fit to represent these women than OnlyFans models? Hey, but whatever, because that's a different side corner of the internet that I'm just too ignorant to like dive into. Consider that like an honorable mention. What I really want to talk about is a new thing that's been going on, because the internet has been shitty for a while. I could have made this video when TikTok first came out. What I want to talk about is whose idea was it to bring back catching PDF files, but instead of like sitting down and talking with them and like calling the police, you beat them up instead. Look, I get it, they suck, they're the worst, and violence sells. I'm all for a good beatdown, but why is Akon there?
Locked up, they won't let you out. They won't let you out.
And why is he singing Locked Up? I thought this was to raise awareness, but now it feels more like a publicity stunt. Like I'm just seeing all these celebrities collab and it's like they all just want like a piece of the pie. When did content creation stop being about creativity and start being about being the loudest person on the internet? I'm just asking. Also, Vitaly, he's been out of the spotlight for a while now, but when he resurfaced, he was a little problematic.
Chat, you know who this is?
Why did he dirty?
Like I just feel like he's the wrong messenger. I feel like this could like explode into some huge thing where they get like mariachi bands and like mascots dressed as babies, confetti, and then just everything moving in the wrong direction. What the hell is going on in the internet right now? Can we hit a reset button? Is there a reset button and can we hit it? Is it too late to turn back? These are questions that I need answers to. How did we get to this point? Why does it feel like the internet is a trash dump or like a thrift store? And every once in a while I find a Carhartt jacket. I think we let it. We traded quality for quantity, and now we're paying the price for it by getting half-baked ideas and people who are trying way too hard to go viral. This was a quick video, but I mostly just wanted to sit down and say these things so that I could say, can we get back to the good old-fashioned? Probably not, but I think it's worth a try. Social media is terrible. It sucks. But it's also still my dream. We should not be able to have access to this much random content at this pace whenever we want. It is not healthy. To anyone watching this video, if you have a dream or a goal, which is probably everyone, understand that you are the author of your own life. Pick up that pen. I am a firm believer that anything is possible. No matter what your shortcomings are, no matter where you're starting, you have a future. You can make something that people care about, that people want to see. And if they don't, then you still made something you're proud of. And I think that's what YouTube has always been about. Above all, try. And keep trying, because every minor action, every little step, it compounds into something bigger, something better than you ever thought you could do.